Walk with me.
I cried unto God with my voice, even unto God with my voice. And he gave ear unto me. In the day of my trouble I sought the I am. My sore ran in the night and ceased not. My soul refused to be comforted. I remembered God and was troubled. I complained and my spirit was overwhelmed. Selah. Thou holdest my eyes waking. I am so troubled that I cannot speak. I have considered the days of old and the years of ancient times. I call to remembrance my song in the night. I commune with my own heart, and my spirit made diligent search. Will the I am cast off forever? Will he be favorable no more? Is his mercy clean gone forever? Thus his promise fail forever more. Have God forgotten to be gracious? Have he in anger shut up his tender mercy, Selah? And I said, this is my infirmity. But I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High. I will remember the works of the I am. Surely I will remember thy wonders of old. I will meditate also of thy work and talk of thy doings. Thy way, O God, is in the sanctuary. Who is so great a God as our God? Thou art the God that does wonders. Thou hast declared thy strength among the people. Thou hast with thine arm redeemed thy people, the sons of Jacob, Selah, and Joseph. The waters saw thee, O God. The waters saw thee. They were afraid. The depths were troubled. The clouds poured out water. The skies sent out a sound. Thine arrows also went abroad. The voice of thy thunder was in the heaven. The lightning lightened the world, and the earth trembled and shook. Thy way in the sea, thy path in great waters, and thy footsteps are not known. Thou leddest thy people like a flock by the hand of Moses and Aaron. Psalms chapter 77. Deliver me from the hands of the evil spirits who have sway over the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me in my seed forever, that we go not astray from henceforth and forevermore. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, those of you on this platform and those shared platforms. We thank God for those of you that are just praying for us. We thank God for you. And with a hand clap of praise, we thank God for those of you that have been with us since the beginning, and those of you that have subscribed or followed here and there's about. And we thank God for those of you who have just subscribed and followed. And we thank God for those of you, yes, that are about to subscribe and follow. And we're calling those things that are not as though they are. Yes. All praises to the Most High. All praises, all praises. He's worthy of all praise. Yes. Thank God for his mercy. First of all, his mercy. That through knowing we have obtained mercy from the Most High, that we might even do that which is right before his sight to obtain his favor. Even has the religious world called grace. Yes. The things are going on. You see the warmongering and the war, people telling all kinds of things. Or should I say, unfabulous things about this side and that side. And I mean, it's up to the average person to weigh all these accusations out. Because you know that when an adversary knows the other adversary is stronger, they begin to send false narratives and false, should I say, boastings of themselves and many things because of their fear. And if they could, they would seek any kind of way to subdue that enemy so that they might be on the top of the mountain to bully everyone else. But we're in the book of Jasher, the book of Jasher. We are in the chapter. I read and I keep losing the chapter. Chapter 58. This will be chapter 58 B A. Yes, A. Chapter 58, and we ended with verse 27. Now we're going to read a little bit from the bottom of this chapter 27. It says, and Esau knew, the sons of Esau knew the valor of the sons of Jacob, and they were greatly afraid of them. Now, you have to realize the sons of Jacob had the Most High with them, because he knew the plight that their children would have to endure, and that he knew what the children of the sons of Jacob would do. And you can tell by their doing, their fathers. And Judah was stubborn, and Judah, he was very headstrong in many ways. And Simeon, he was sort of mild-hearted. And then you had Levi. Levi was very vehement about the things that were dear to him. Now, even that would be the law. You notice how God did not allow Moses to, his children did not continue the priesthood, but the priesthood was continued in Aaron. Yes, the priesthood was continued in Aaron, not Moses. Moses instructed, informed, and trained the priesthood, but the priesthood was continued in Aaron. So the sons of Aaron were the ones that would be closest to the holies of holies, and that is forever, even now. There's sons of Aaron there. We just don't know who they are. And God's hid them. And he's going to clean them up. He's going to get them right, that they might sacrifice again unto the Most High, because he does not change. This thing is going to happen. I don't care how you look at it. You can see how you've heard many preachers that have been, the Spirit of God have come on them. And God is setting up the stage. It's not really a play. It's not a play thing. But he's setting up for that great and notable day. He's setting up these fake people, false people, these who want to bully the whole earth, and each one have failed in his own right. And each one tried to go out with a bang. So you got to realize this is what's happening now. As you see, the powers that are going out with that bang is going out. But then I keep saying and saying, a small people that are of Jacob are going to subdue the whole earth. You say, how they going to do that? They ain't got no bombs. If you saying Africans, they ain't got nothing. If you're saying these black folks over in there in the United States, they ain't got, no, he's not talking about that, because God is greater than a nuclear bomb. God is greater than your M16s, AK-47s, and AR-10s. Yes, God is greater than all of that. Yes, but man, also he shows powers that men shoot, and you talk about Jedis and all these other things, even more powerful than that. X-Men and all these other creatures and things with powers and things like that. God is greater than that. He empowers his spirits and makes us his angels, flames of fire, and his messengers. Yes, he does. God is more powerful than that. I just want you to look at this thing and say, God is, and when you see the power and the might that you can perceive of these great nations, and these, they're not really great, but these nations who have heaped up themselves to help soothe their fear because of what they have done in the past, and say, God is greater than that. And not that you're looking for the great getting up morning in the sky, but that you know that there's going to come a time where God is going to subdue, and he's going to use a small people to subdue these people. And they're going to be left in the dust, even as Daniel said, crying them to powder, and the wind blows them away. Yes. Hallelujah. Glory. Yes. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Blows them away. Yet Esau knew the valley of the sons of Esau. They knew the valor of the sons of Jacob. Very strong, muscular, wise men in their own right. and they knew God, and they stuck to the things of the Most High. Even Joseph, surprisingly, being amongst people that were pagans and that had mystics and all these other people, but Joseph he cleaved to the Most High, period. Now, in verse 28, we're going to continue reading. From that day forward, the children of Esau hated the sons of Jacob. You let that resonate for a while. This hatred is spiritual. And the hatred and enmity, there's another key word, enmity, were very strong between them all the days unto this day. In other words, sons of Satan. One was the seed of the woman, the seed that the woman had received from the man, and the other one the seed of Satan. That's where they get it from, or something like that. And it came to pass, and I'm in verse 29. Verse 29, and it came to pass after this, at the end of the 10 years, Jobab, the son of Zadok from Bozrah, died. And the children of Esau took a man whose name was Chushem, from the land of Teman. And they made him king over them instead of Jobab. And Chushem reigned in Edom, now it's called Edom, over all the children of Esau for 20 years. Now Edom is Shemites. Yes, Edom is Shemites. And Joseph, king of Egypt, and his brethren and all the children of Israel dwelt securely in Egypt, and in those days together with the children of Joseph and his brethren, having no hindrance or evil accident in the land of Egypt, was at that time at rest from war in the days of Joseph and his brethren. Now you can also go back to, I think it's 2 Kings or 1 Kings, where Solomon, when he reigned, David had done so much fighting and getting along with people that in the days of Solomon there was peace. And with that peace, Solomon was able to build the temple. He was able to erect a sanctuary for the Most High. And there were people that were willing to give to Solomon on all his borders. Yes, from over the river Euphrates to over the Jordan, the Shemites and all of those, and then over those on the other side, even the Egyptians and even those in sub-Saharan Africa and all over the world. They wanted to give to Solomon to build that temple. And at that time, even Israel had rest. That's the only time that Israel had rest. This time and during the time of Solomon, the only time that Israel had rest. Hallelujah. Now, that ends chapter 58. That ends Jasher chapter 58. We're in Jasher chapter 59. And these are the names of the sons of Jacob, or Israel, who dwelt in Egypt, who had come with Jacob and all his sons. The sons of Jacob came into Egypt, every man with his household. And the children of Leah were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and their sister Dinah. Yes, Dinah had really caused they protect their sister. That's like those of you who are brothers and have sisters. You should even, until they're married, even to give your life for your sister, even as these did, because she's a part of you too. Yes. Not for no stupid reason. You have to see the thing out. Dinah did not lend herself as an harlot. She did not give herself. All she did was go into to see the women dancing, and she wanted to dance with them too. This is the way that not only the Negroid people did. You had those Negroids in Africa and North Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa, and you had them all over in the land of, should I say, the Americas, North and South, Australia. These people love to dance. It is evidence even today. Love to dance, whether they're dancing in praise or dancing in love or dancing in lust. Yes, or should I say sensual lust. I put it that way. Dancing. Yes. And verse 3, and the sons of Rachel were Joseph and Benoni. They say Benjamin. There was no J at that time, neither for thousands of years, really. And, or his name would be Osiph or Yosef. Some say Yosef. It could be Osiph. Who knows? Or Yoshe. Who knows? Or Oshe. They call him Joseph. Oshe. Yes, and that's what they call Joshua. Oshe. Oshe is also in your 66 books. And the sons of Zilpah, handmaid of Leah, were Gad and Asher. And the sons of Bilhah were the handmaid of Rachel, and were Dan and Naphtali. And these were their offsprings that were born unto them in the land of Canaan, before they came unto Egypt with their father Jacob, or either Jacob. Now the sons of Reuben were Kenak, Palu, Chetzron, and Carmai. And the sons of Simeon were Jemiel, Jamin, Ohad, Jachin, Jokar, and Saul. That was a common name in Israel. And the son of the Canaanitish woman, there's a Canaanitish woman in here. See, they did mix. I had a viewer tell me that they'd never mixed. They was all, no, friend, no, not at all. It's not going to be that way. The seed is of the man. This is why this happened. The seed is of the man. The man dictates the sex of the baby, or the gender of the baby. Whether you walk out of that gender or not, this is what the man dictates on that. Not only that, most of the time you cannot tell the family of the baby only by the man, basically. So there's a lot of things to the man that these feminists do not understand. But the fact is that why? If you do those things that are pleasing and right before the Most High, these things are not a worry to you, but they're a joy that you are obeying and doing the things that the Most High have commanded you as a woman. And the children of Levi were Gershon, Kehath, Merari, and their sister Jochebed, or Joshabel, or Oshabel, Oshabel, or Yoshabel. That J wasn't there. There it go again. This translator, he's doing his thing now. Who was born unto them in their going down to Egypt. Now this is a time lapse here. And the sons of Judah were Onan, Shelah, Perez, and Zadok. And and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Perez and Kezron and Shamul. And the sons of Issachar were Tola, Puvah, Job, and Shamron. And the sons of Zebulun were Sered, Elon, Jakil, or Jakleel, Yak. It wouldn't be J, it would be Y. Yakleel. There's that L up there. And the sons of Dan, the son of Dan was Cushim, yes. Or Cushim, yeah. And the sons of Naphtali were Jakshil, Guni, Jetzer, and Shalem. And the sons of Gad were Ziphion, Shagai, Shuni, Eshban, Iri, Ardi, and Ariel. And the children of Asher were Jimnah, Jishva, Bira, and their sister Sirach, or Sirach. And the sons of Bira were Cheber and Malchiel, yeah, that's it. And the sons of Benjamin were Bela, Becher, Ashbel, Gira, Naaman, Achi, Rosh, Mupim, Chupim, and Ord. And the sons of Joseph that were born unto him in Egypt were Manasseh and Ephraim. And all the souls that went forth from the loins of Jacob were 70 souls. These are they who came with Jacob and their fathers into Egypt, that dwelled there. And Joseph and all his brethren dwelt securely in Egypt. And they ate of the best. See, this is how God treated them. You getting ready to go through something, dude? I'm going to treat you good now. I'm going to take these people and I'm going to make them treat you. You are all royalty right now. The king is gone. All the fathers, all the kings, Abram, Isaac, and Jacob, are laid together in the place denoted by the book of Enoch. They're there. Now, in all the days of the life of Joseph, Joseph lived in the land of Egypt 93 years. Long time. God took Joseph. Joseph was a man that didn't even know, he didn't even know whether he's going to live or not. Life just laid in the balance. And Joseph reigned over all of Egypt 80 years. Isn't that something? And when all the days of Joseph drew nigh, that he should die, he sent and called for his brethren and all his father's household, and they all came together and sat before him. And Joseph said unto his brethren and unto the whole of his father's household, behold, I die. In other words, God had to let him know. See, one thing about a child of the Most High, God's going to let you know when it's time, or you whatever you have to suffer, or by what hand you're going to suffer. God's going to let you know these things. Some of you even know, some of them might even know, it depends on your walk with the Most High. Now Joseph says unto them, I die, and God will surely visit you and bring you up from this land. See, he's already taken his father Jacob to the burial place. This is where we've seen the big excursion happen between the children of Jacob and the children of Esau. And one of Jacob's grandsons had cut off Esau's head, and they kept it somewhere, but they buried the body. And he swore to your fathers to give unto them. And it shall be when God shall visit you and bring you up from here to the land of your fathers, then bring up my bones with you from here. And Joseph made the sons of Israel to swear for their seed after them, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall bring up my bones with you from here. And it came to pass after this that Joseph died in that year, in the 71st year of the Israelites going, oh, there's a good word, going down to Egypt. And Joseph was one of the 110 years old when he died in the land of Egypt, and all his brethren and all his servants rose up, and they embalmed Joseph. See, they had the aid of the Egyptians because they were pretty good at embalming, and it preserved these patriarchs for a very long time, even their kings, and dead, as was their custom. And the brethren of all Egypt mourned over him for 70 days, just like they did his father, because he was a king. He was like a king over Egypt. They loved him. I mean, a man that God used to deliver them out of total extinction through famine. God saved them through Joseph. Now, and they put Joseph in a coffin and filled with spices and all sort of perfume, and they buried him by the side of the river that is Sihor. And his sons and all his brethren and the whole of his father's house made a 7 days mourning for him. And it came to pass after the death of Joseph, all the Egyptians began in those days to rule over the children of Israel. And Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, who reigned in his father's stead, took all the laws of Egypt and conducted the government of Egypt under his counsel. And he reigned securely over his people. Now, this was the one that Joseph had trained as he was commanded by Mahron. That's his name. I think it's Mahron. Yeah. Okay. Joseph trained him, and now he was able to take over and rule just like Joseph did. Now, God is getting ready to do something here. We just completed chapter 59, and now we're going into chapter 60 of the book of Jasher in verse 1. And when the year came round, being the 72nd year from the Israelites going down to Egypt after the death of Joseph, Zepho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, fled from Egypt, and he and his men, and they went away. And he came to Africa, or whatever the name of that land was, or that continent, came to Africa, well, which is Dinhaba, or came to Africa, which is Dinhaba. In other words, that's what they call it, Dinhaba. Okay, we can say that. To Angus, king of Africa. And Angeas received them with great honor, and he made Zepho the captain of his host. Now they say Africa, not even denoting that Egypt is in Africa. See, they separated Egypt from Africa, this translator. But I'm sure it doesn't translate like that. I'm reading from this account. I'm sure there's other accounts that say different. Or this translation, there's other translators that say different or try to get as close to what the angel is saying unto Moses here. And Zepho found favor in the sight of Angeas, in the sight of his people. These are all what today's society call black people, Negroid people, nappy-haired. Thin, some have a thin lip, not too thin, and noses. Wide nose, some had skinny nose. I mean, this is just the way it is. And Zepho found favor in the sight of Angeas, in the sight of his people. And Zepho was captain of the host to Angeas, the king of Africa, so they say. Was Africa just a place, or was this just a country on the continent that they're talking about? Or was this, they're talking about the whole land from all the way from South Africa all the way up to Egypt? There was no king over Egypt. Egypt had his own king. There was no, see, this is what makes this, should I say, they would call that, well, we'll go ahead on. The word was on my. And Zepho enticed Angeas, king of Africa, to collect all his army to go and fight with the Egyptians and with the sons of Jacob, even Jacob, to avenge of them the cause of his brethren. But Angeas would not listen to Zepho to do this thing, as for Angeas knew the strength of the sons of Jacob and what they had done to his army in their warfare with the children of Esau. Now they still have to suffer that anger from the children of Esau because they hated them. Even to this day, you see those who have been infiltrated with Esau, and Esau has mixed with them, the hate and the anger they have. This is a spiritual hate. This is a hate that's embedded in them. If you took one of them and you took these children of Esau, or those who've been mixed with Esau, if you take them and you mix them together, they will still have that hate. And you separated from their parents and just had the baby and raise that baby would still have that hate, because this thing is embedded in them. But Angeas would not listen to Zepho to do this thing, for Angeas knew the strength of the sons of Jacob and what they had done to his army and in their warfare with the children of Esau. And Zepho was in those days very great in the sight of Angeas and in the sight of all his people. And he continually enticed them to make war against Egypt, but they would not. And it came to pass in those days, there was in the land of Chittim, or Shittim, whatever you want to say, a man in the city of Pazimah, whose name was Uzu. And he became a degenerately defiled by the children of Shittim. And the man died and had no sons, only one daughter, whose name was Janna. Janna or Janice, Janna, okay. And the damsel was exceedingly beautiful, comely, and intelligent. And there was none seen like unto her for beauty and wisdom throughout the land. And the people of Angeas, king of Africa, saw her, and they came and praised her unto him. And Angeas sent to the children of Chittim, and he requested to take her unto himself for a wife. But the people of Shittim consented to give her unto him for a wife. And when the messengers of Angeas were going forth from the land of Chittim, to take their journey, behold, the messengers of Turnus, king of Bibintu. Now these distinctly are African names. Came to Shittim, to Turnus, king of Bibintu. Also sent his messengers to request Jania for him, to take unto him for a wife. Now this is significant when they mention women. For all his men had also praised her to him. Therefore he sent all his servants to her. And the servants of Turnus came to Shittim. They asked for Jania, and to be taken to Turnus, their king, for a wife. And the people of Chittim said unto him, we cannot give her, because Angeas king of Africa desired her to take her unto himself for a wife before you came. And now we should give her unto him. And now therefore we cannot do this thing to deprive Angeas of the damsel in order to give her to Turnus. Now, for verse 13, we are greatly afraid of Angeas, lest he come in battle against us and destroy us, and Turnus, your master, will not be able to deliver us from his hand. And when the messengers of Turnus heard all the words of the children of Chittim, they turned back to their master and told him all the words of the children of Chittim. And the children of Chittim sent a memorial to Angeas, as saying unto Turnus, has sent from Jana to take her unto him for a wife. Thus have we an answer to him, and we heard that he has collected his whole army to go to war against thee. And he intends to pass by the road of Sardunia to fight against thy brother Lucas. And after that, he will come and fight against thee. And Angeas heard the words of the children of Chittim, which they sent to him in the record, in his anger, and kindled. And he rose up and assembled his whole army and came through the islands of the sea, the road of Sardunia. You followed. Follow this. Unto his brother Lucas, king of Sardunia. And Niblos, the son of Lucas, heard that his uncle Angeas was coming. And when he went out to meet him with a heavy army, he kissed him and embraced him. And Niblos said unto Angeas, when thou askest my father after his warfare, when shall I go with thee to fight with Turnus, to ask of him to make me captain of his host? And Angeas did so, and he came unto his brother, and his brother came to meet him, and he asked him after his welfare, and Angeas asked his brother Lucas after his welfare, and to make his son Niblos captain of his host. And Lucas did so, and Angeas and his brother Lucas rose up, and they went toward Turnus to battle, and there was with them a great army and a heavy people. And he came in ships, and they came into the province of Ashtarash to behold Turnus, and they came toward them, for he went to Sardunia and intended to destroy it afterwards, to pass from there to Angeas to fight with them. And Angeas and Lucas, his brother, met Turnus in the battle, and the battle was strong and mighty between them in that place. And the battle was severe upon Lucas and Sardunia, and all his army failed. Now this is leading up to another event. This is how it came about. Niblos and his son fell in the battle, and his uncle Angeas commanded his servants, and they made a golden coffin for Niblos. He died in battle, yeah. And they put him into it. And Angeas again waged battle towards Turnus. And Angeas was stronger than he, and he slew him, and he smote him and all his people with the edge of the sword. And Angeas avenged the cause of Niblos, his brother, and caused the army of his brother Lucas. And when Turnus died, the hands of those that survived the battle became weak, and they fled from before Angeas and Lucas, his brother. And Angeas and his brother Lucas pursued them unto the high road, which is between Alphanu and Roma. And they slew the whole army of Turnus with the edge of the sword. And Lucas, the king of Sardunia, commanded his servants that they should take a coffin of brass, and that they should place therein the body of his son Niblos, and they buried him in that place. We're going to conclude this right there, and we know that there was a battle going on that is leading up to a certain thing here. It's leading up to a certain thing. See, sometimes you don't know why God is situating things, how he's causing this war, this conflict, this Cold War. This is setting up for something. Just like you see it in real life. God is setting up. He's setting up for something. I tell everybody all the time, God works through one of the major things God works through is circumstances. He works through circumstances, but you have to realize, even as Abraham noticed that the spirits, the evil spirits, have sway over the hearts and thoughts of men. Now, God will also employ these spirits to do things, that they might even situate men to into the point where it ultimately carries it out his plan and what is determined in his realm. And with that, we're going to say shalom and peace.